This one's got a singular starting point, one spot. Folks, that's not how Mother Nature works. It's not at all how it works. This is a lab leak with a capital L. More evidence just keeps coming out, but wait, it gets worse. Back in the fall of 2019, months before the so-called wet market story broke, researchers at the Wuhan Institute were also coming down with COVID-like symptoms. Coincidence? I don't think so. These folks were ground zero, and the Chinese Communist Party damn well knew it. But instead of warning us and the rest of the world, they clamped down, hid the truth, and let the virus spread while the world was left in the dark. And who was funding this disaster? You guessed it, you were. You were. By way of American taxpayer dollars funneled through EcoHealth Alliance, led by Dr. Peter Daszak. This group was neck deep in dangerous gain-of-function experiments, and when the select subcommittee exposed their violations, the Department of Health and Human Services finally pulled the plug on their funding. That was April of 2020 under President Trump in his first term. But now there's going to be a lot more hell to pay, a lot more. Let's shine a spotlight on the main villain of this story, Dr. Anthony Fauci, who could end up behind bars if Tulsi Gabbard finds that he perjured himself to Senator Rand Paul over and over again. Here she is.
If that's true, if it was Peter Daszak's research with the Wuhan so-called bat lady that caused this pandemic, then we did fund it. Then Anthony Fauci helped fund the pandemic.
The thing that he denied over and over and over to Senator Rand Paul's questioning.
That's right, under oath.
Under oath, exactly. So is it any wonder that he sought a preemptive pardon for anything during a certain period of time by President Biden before he left office?
And then strong-armed and smeared people like Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, anybody who came out and said, I don't know if that's natural. This actually smacks of lab.
You know, Fauci would love for you to believe that he is the patron saint of public health, but the White House report rips that mask clean off, which seems quite fitting, by the way, ripping a mask off. Fauci orchestrated the infamous proximal origin of SARS-CoV-2 paper, a slick piece of propaganda that criticized the lab leak theory and pushed the natural origin narrative like it was gospel. This paper wasn't science. It was a hit job designed to shut down real questions that people like I was posing daily on this program, and it was done solely to silence critics and protect the establishment. The White House report doesn't top with just Fauci's offenses. It calls out the World Health Organization for caving to the Chinese Communist Party, putting Beijing's political interests over global health. The WHO's pandemic treaty was just another globalist scheme that could have hurt America. That was the point.